Nigal Morn and his warband, the silent blades, had traveled from Angorn to the south through the glade of Dallas to the Grey Waste of Mogar. They were on their way to the city of Shadowdark to meet with King Malazar as emissaries of King Emond. As around the 7th, suddenly the dark heavens started crackling with thunder as if Thal Drazark was going under. It was daytime, but suddenly dark, as in the night Nigal gestured for the silent blades to take one of the battle formations that they had trained. As the rain began pouring in, they pulled up their hoods over their heads. Suddenly dread set in as they looked to the east and saw a massive doom dragon. Shadowworm properly from a deep crack in the earth. The cracked barrens of the northern Grey Waste was the church. Such grim critters, a flock of birds fled towards them as further warning. Suddenly the dragon landed right before them. I am Khorven, Massiveshadow, Stormrender, the Black Abyss-Tormented, the scourge of Eldars, the Lord, the crows, and Agalon of Menshar, Zentir, Zelemshar, the bender of reality's rules, the Lord of shadowy splendor and mayhem and shrewdness, acute senses and resolute will and resolve, and of mayhem and of making silly fools out of gods, time bender, black Lord, Thal Drazark is forgotten, the Lord of decay, dread death, displacement and rotten things and the rotting, patron saint of the downtrodden, slaves become kings. All of a sudden, the Lord of change and a fortune, both the good and the bad, the good and bad, war longer, resolute wrath, and a number of other all misunderstood epitaphs that I won't bother to list now. Here I should. I will warn you that now here the elder worm of the woods once surrendered to the Menshar, since his Zelemshar good for him, for had he not, he would not live to stay still. For a god like Menshar, since his Zelemshar, he can kill even the greatest ancient eldritch beast survived until now. That is who I represent, so mortals will you not bow your heads in respect of the shadow dragon who wow. Serve Menshar, Zentir, Zelemshar without any doubt. In his grand scheme, his master planned for Agalon and the lands of Thal Drazark and those who now live in them, both man and abhumans, even us dragons of old. I'm on a righteous path, serving him unlike the great gold. Worm-clawed, gleaming, who I have gleaned has a scheme of conquering the acid north, where everyone seems to be occupied with the rise of the herald of doom. Luthric Rune, who fantasizes about sex with the moons. A puny pawn in the game of chess played by the black Duck of death, dread, doom and destruction. The man who would sustain a chance against the eldritch and grand elder god, the black lord Menshar, Zentir, Zelemshar, and of his like in the year were conquered half Thal Drazark, Nihilothin, nightworms devouring of the old dying suns, feeding begun centuries before that big blue boom, and one day not far away from now your shaded old star, Berenlith as Lakar will completely go dark, then Thal Drazark will succumb to dark forces of all souls, and then you will wish you had heeded his call. The Lord of change and transformation of each rise and each fall. Menshar, Zentir, Zelemshar, the dark lord of the hall of lost scrolls, which describe all the stories of old times before Agalon became bombarded with stones from the great void beyond the realm sphere, blazing with blue flames, the big blue boom which erased it, the old world, and placed it, Agalon, in a cold, dark and harsh age of bitterness and violence and soul, searching for a meeting with the doom of the old. Brand blue and green glow due to the god in control. Raal Bas's ultimate goal was gaining full control over Agalon. That's the true story is told by my great lord, the old god of cunning and crows, and truth-seeking, freedom, revolution, and every bold action you can imagine. Great Phantom who stole the role of overseer after Balsari slew the old eldritch behemoth beast, deity Raal Bas the Strange, who had slain the older warden of Agalon, Bruce Ray, Zeuth-El, whose body he cast into the lowest of hells. Abaddon was revived and regained all his health, became the demon lord of spells and of moving in shadows. And if I were to list what else it would probably herald, your puny mortal minds but Zeuth-El became. They're the lord of high strangeness who made both proud boss and pain go insane in their thirst for power to train each other and other gods of all kinds of domains, who all wanted to reign over as much as they could, for the only true rule of a Zeuth-El could. So Zeuth-El, he took on the title of Black Lord Menshar and the name Zentir Zelemshar, the eldest of gods, after he made Balmorak betray and slay Immortal. Why I'm telling you this silent blades got so far, no one has understood what is really unfolding. The undoing of the false gods who mistook the omen of the enlarged acid moons on the night that the doom herald rose from his tomb. In the great ashen Rune, necropolis missed the double eclipse of the soon dead sun Berenlith being slowly consumed by Illiad above Luthric Rune's obelisk. The black monolith, they would have noticed the sudden disk of blue upon the double eclipsed dying sun, with a black rune on it, a sign of what is to come. The eldritch sigil of Menshar and Zelemshar, who will create a new world when everything goes dark, and respark the sun with a snap of his fingers. Or maybe he will let the doom and gloom ever linger. It depends on who will prevail in the Great Everbash, and why, if the legacy is durable, meant to last into the future past, beyond the clash of Sereth and the night. Worm in the sky when he has worked up the might from all the souls that will die in this last Everbash, that may or may not end it all with a blast, a new shattering of everything you know and hold true. That is the prophecy of Menshar and Zelemshar, who you all deserve to be aware of before your next move. Remember what I've told you, that you now have to choose between who to serve, but knowledge no one here ever earned. Now you know the reason for the Everbash, the return of Zeuth-El, the true overgod of this here world, whom Balmorak betrayed and slew and then hurled to the bottom layer of the dark and dreaded old depths of the realm you call the Black Abyss, from where he has crept back up from a long time ago to plot the revenge against all the gods who chose to serve Balmorak against him. He knows they can't defend what they've done. That's why all of Agalon was ever doomed from day one. So now you know the dark past, the future that will not last, unless the world again is consumed by a massive blue blast. So move fast towards the Mad King Malazan city. But remember now, Menshar and Zelemshar pity on your kind and chose the doom herald Luthric Ash to shape a far better future meant to last, not be passed in an endless Everbash between great blue blasts. What do you do with this truth is up to you, that's all I had to relate to you so-called silent blades, especially you, Nigal Morn. Now I will fly away. Goodbye and farewell. Ha ha ha. Well to serve Zeuth-El. Choose wisely. Find out who to give hell and who to serve. Never-ending doom on the acid moons, and the Great Everbash. Doom on the acid moons. Never-ending doom on the acid moons. Never-ending doom on the acid moons. Never-ending doom on the acid moons.